Why don't you give us a bit of an update on what all is about Aetna and what your role there?
Okay. Aetna is the third largest U.S. health insurer in the United States. We're based in Hartford, Connecticut, which is about halfway between Boston and New York. Last year's revenues were about $34 billion. We hope to do a little better than that this year. We have currently 34,000 employees. We have a very large health network that is comprised of over 580,000 doctors and specialists, 1 million other healthcare professionals, and there's 5,400 hospitals in our network.
So, we heard it earlier this morning, there's all kinds of transformation that's taking place inside the healthcare industry. So what are some of the key technical challenges that you have in Aetna?
You really touched on our technical challenge in the opening presentation. Actually, you had 150 exabytes of healthcare data. I think we have half of that. And basically, all that data comes from various sources that we have to transform, extract, transform, and load into our reporting environment. We have a lot of regulatory, statutory reporting that, is factored on a timeliness factor, and it puts a strain on meeting those deadlines. That's where we really see the technical challenge.
Perfect. Now, one of the things we heard earlier from Kurt about all the performance improvements that the Analytics Accelerator has, what kind of experiences have you seen?
This is the best part of the story. We have tested with the accelerator, and I'm really a little disappointed because Kurt said he saw 2,000 times faster. We only saw 1,700 times faster. I'm really upset about that. I mentioned we have to load data into our appliance. We were extremely happy with how fast data gets loaded into Nestiza. The load rates were absolutely outstanding. You can see on the chart here that these are our results with the 1,700 times faster. Immediately we saw these tremendous performance improvements with our queries. It was absolutely stunning, the responses we got. We really look at this as a game changer. It really makes us think about all our processes. Maybe we can get away without detailing all our data. I don't think we're going to have to put a lot of effort into designing those databases that take a lot of time to load. Just put the data in Nestiza, run the queries. And actually the best part about this is, currently it's dynamic ad hoc queries that we want to do with clients. There's absolutely no code changes that are required. From a business standpoint, not having to code any changes is, one of the key factors in this.
Excellent, excellent. So, one of the key things that we talked about earlier in the opening was that, we're putting all of this technology into these products so that you can free up capacity. And I know that, you've got all kinds of challenges, obviously, in the healthcare industry. So, how is the Analytics Accelerator, opening up new business opportunities for you guys?
Well, I think really what will open up the business opportunities and where Nestiza will really come into play is with everybody understands about the healthcare changes coming with the Affordable Care Act. That's going to open up 30 million new members for Medicaid. We have an aging population. Every time I look in the mirror, I'm having a few more gray hairs myself. This explosion, folks have said that next year we're going to see the largest open enrollment ever in the healthcare industry. All these new people coming into the system. A lot of these people have not had experience with the healthcare system. We're going to have to provide extra support, customer service. The expansion of the members is going to put a lot of pressure on the healthcare services, the hospitals, the doctors. Health information exchanges are going to change our business model, where we're going to have to react to how we sell insurance. And I think the accelerator in Netezza is going to be able to manage all this data so we can gain a competitive advantage and, run our business successfully. And I absolutely believe this is going to be one of our biggest keys to being successful.
Well, listen, as a development organization, it's always great for all of us to hear, how our technology is being consumed by you clients, and this is a really impressive story. Now, one of the things that we've really enjoyed about working with Aetna is you guys have been a long-term partner of ours, and I know that you've had a lot of interaction with our development organization. In fact, I think you've been over in Bubligin, where we are developing the next generation. So you've had some early glimpses of our version 3 technology. What are some of the key benefits that you're seeing coming out of that?
I'm a little upset at Kurt again here because he took some of my thunder away. I just want to say we did visit the Bubligin lab this summer prior to getting involved in the version 3 beta. And I just want to mention Manik, Daniel, Oliver, and Gunther, who have helped us tremendously with the accelerator and Netezza. They're so passionate about this technology, and I had the rare opportunity to speak to the development team, and I know this technology is in great hands. They're so passionate about this, and it's going to be very successful. What we're doing with our version 3 beta, Kurt touched on it, incremental update. This was one of our key drivers. Several of our applications have a need for very timely data. They get hourly feeds, which is required. The incremental update that we tested will allow that incremental update to trickle feed that particular application on an hourly basis. We ran some benchmarks on that. We had 150,000 inserts, tens of thousands of updates, and the incremental update kept that up to date within a minute or two, which that met our requirements. Kurt also mentioned the high-performance storage saver. With all the data we're having, I think this is going to be a very underrated feature of version 3. As you mentioned, you don't have to keep the data in DB2. You can just store it in the appliance and report directly against that. With the volume of data we're having, I think that's going to be an absolutely underrated feature of this product. And then the last one is the workload manager type query prioritization, where we can ensure that whatever queries we have to run, will run. I really don't see that as a problem, though, because this box is so fast. Everything runs.
Excellent, excellent. Well, listen, I know that all of our Z customers are really excited about learning more information about your personal experiences and Aetna's experiences with the Analytics Accelerator. So, tomorrow from 10 to 11, we're going to have an opportunity to do a deep dive on the Aetna story. So, please join me in thanking Jeff for sharing that story with us here today.
Thank you.
So, you've heard some exciting results about how we're blending our Z technology with